You're not dull, you just are thinking small. You're not dumb, you just aren't thinking big. Hello everyone, today we'll be reviewing Think Big by Ben Carson. Think Big is a type of book that mentors recommend to their mentees, teachers recommend to their students, and parents would want their children to read. Because within the pages of this book lies wisdom as recorded by someone who knew what it meant to go from grass to grace, someone who knew what it meant to go from being the worst version of yourself to become the best version of yourself. You might have heard about a author, and even if you haven't, it's fine. Our author was a neurosurgeon. He is retired now. As a young child, our author Ben Carson grew up in inner city Detroit. And if you think you have an excuse for failing, I promise Ben had same excuse. So as a young child, he grew up in a situation without his father. He grew up in an environment that was not healthy, that was limiting for his success. But luckily for him, he had a mother who saw something that he didn't see himself. His mother pushed him to his full potential. Ben Carson, as a student, as a child, had given up on himself, and even his teachers had given up on him because he was always behind in class. As a student, he struggled with spellings, he struggled with basic arithmetics, and really he was just tired of how he was and where he was. Behind this book are these words that are written. This book is for you if your life is a series of shattered dreams. This book is for you if you have no dreams at all. It is for you if you've bought the lie that you never amount to anything. That's not true. Your life is big, far bigger than you've imagined. If you're a student or as a teenager and you feel like you are below average, or somehow your teachers have made you feel like you cannot be as intelligent or as smart as the straight A student, I promise you, you just aren't thinking big. Because Ben, as a child, started as someone who was totally behind in class, someone who would have even given up on himself. But guess what? He somehow rose up to become one of the best neurosurgeons in the history of mankind. He led a group of surgeons to perform a surgery of the Siamese twins. You know what that is, right? That is a conjoining of people, two children in the womb. That means two children that were joined in the womb. Ben, that struggled with maths, somehow led a group of surgeons to perform this surgery. As a child, like I said earlier, Ben struggled in class. He had given up on himself. But his mother didn't give up on him. And how did she do that? She encouraged Ben to pick up 2 books in a week, to read it and summarize it for her. And that was the turning point for Ben. This is very important. You know why? Because it proves that books really helps you in becoming. Picking up a book can change your story. And you would not believe it until you go through this book. This book is an acronym. When you see Think Big is an acronym for the author's personal experiences. So Think Big is not just the word. It is an acronym that the author uses to describe his experiences and the basic principles that helped him become who he is eventually. T stands for talent. This is to say that you are not empty. You are very special. You are not different. There is something special about you. And if you're a teenager and you've not discovered your talent, I challenge you to pick up this book. I promise you that you will pick something that will help you. H stands for honesty. The author in this book is trying to tell us that it is important to be honest because honesty opens doors that dishonesty won't open. I stands for insight. The author is saying that you should learn from other people's mistakes. You should learn from other people's experiences so you won't make that same mistake. N stands for nice. It is important to be nice. The author expatiates on the importance of kindness in the story of one's becoming. The K is for knowledge, saying that you should read, you should be curious, never stop learning. B stands for books. Pick up a book and read. I promise you won't regret it. Pick up this book and read, and I promise you would learn a lot from it. I stands for in-depth knowledge. This is saying that wherever field you find yourself, whatever you find yourself doing, do not be okay being average. It's not okay being a mediocre. Go deep. Become the best version of yourself in that field. And G stands for God. The author is saying that you cannot do it by yourself. You need the help of God. You need the help of God. You need the help of a divine presence to help you when you can't help yourself. So as a student, if you're struggling in academics, you're struggling finding your place, you're struggling finding purpose, Think Big is that book that you should pick up because it will help you discover principles that will help you personally. There is nothing fictitious about this book. All of the stories written in this book are based of the author's personal experiences, which means if it happened to somebody, it can happen to you. If someone can go from the lowest moment of his life to becoming the best version of himself, I promise you that you can also do the same. So pick up a copy of this book today, read it, and learn from it. Are you a teenager below the age of 18 and you've read this book or would like to read it. If you would want to discuss this book with us or you want to drop your personal comment, please reach out to us at bookworm@esquisa.tv with your name and the contact of your parent or guardian. I would be sure to reach out to you. As a teenager and as a student, I challenge you to read this book because within the pages of this book, you would learn leadership, principles of success, growth, and excellence. I promise you that you won't regret it because this book contains real life experiences of Ben Carson, who rose up from a very tough life to becoming one of the best neurosurgeons in the history of mankind, to becoming a presidential candidate of the United States of America. All of this wouldn't have happened if Ben mother had also given up on him. This is a challenge to parents. You should encourage your words or your children to read this book because Ben mother didn't give up on him as a dumb student or as a below average student. His mother pushed him to become the best version of himself by encouraging him to pick up a book and read. Are you a mother or are you a father? Get this book for your children. If you think they don't know who they are yet, I promise you that by the time they will finish reading this book, they would have learned a whole lot to becoming a better person. After reading, encourage your children to come on our show to discuss this book, to drop their comments. We would love to hear feedbacks from them. We would love to hear their opinion concerning this book. I promise you there are amazing prizes to be won. So please reach out to us today if your children would like to discuss this.
Turn the page and you will see